I'm back. I just did a quick live on LRP and budgeting smart for that. So if you missed it, hop over to that one I just posted. Two things that I wanted to talk about today. And I wanted to separate these videos so that I can post them to our launch group so they'd be there, okay? This is an important topic because most of us don't come from huge networks. Some of us do, and that's awesome. And this applies. But if you don't, if you come from a small network or small circle, or maybe you live in a small town and there's nobody around you, okay, or maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you don't want to leave your house because sometimes it's more stressful than just staying home, trying to get all the kids in the car buckled. I know, I've been there. So I actually had started this business with a small network myself, so I'm speaking to that experience. But also, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had two little ones at home, a 1-year-old and a three-year-old, and then right around the time I hit Premier rank is when I had my son Noah. So I had 3 kids when I hit Premier, and they were I'm trying to think how old. So 5 and under, around there, I think. I don't know. I gotta close to that age. So and building this business and pushing for that next rank, which was silver rank. So coming from a small network, it is so important, first of all, that you completely get clear with your why. Like, why doTERRA? Why did you choose them? Why do you love the oils and the products? And why are you doing this business? And you gotta get clear. That's gotta be a very important starting point for you. My personal why at the time, because your why will evolve as your business grows, but my why at the time was very simple of I wanted to help my husband. My husband was working 2 jobs, and I wanted to help him financially. I wanted to be able to afford, this lifestyle. I wanted to be able to afford having the best products and the best oils into my home all of the time without batting an eye at my LRP, okay? And then my why was a little bit deeper than financial. So the financial why is typically going to be there, right? You don't get into a business without having some sort of a need there. But my why was also about that desire for other moms, especially, to know that they had another option, because I didn't know, and it drove me crazy that I didn't know something like this was possible until somebody shared it with me. And I was like, everybody needs to know that they have these oils to support them in all different areas of their life. And so I took that on, right? That was my why. That was my driver. And at the beginning of my first class, that is what I shared, basically. I shared about why I love the oils, why doTERRA, and then the need for this information. So my very first class, you guys, was with those that were really close to me. So if you've got a small network, if you live in a small town, your class might look like your close friends. It might look like your mom is in that room, or your mother-in-law. I hosted it at my house. I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm pretty sure I had like a presentation, and I was so nervous. But my why was really solid, and I had some people asking me about the oils. And instead of the back and forth, I'm like, let's just come over. We'll have everyone together. It'll be fun to all hang out, and I'll teach. I'll teach about how I use them, and that's all. And that's what it was. And I never looked back after that. It was an enjoyable experience. My closing of the class was way off. It was like, all right, that's it. Bye. So truthfully, I got better at that over time, because you got to get better at that. Okay, that's business. But I think with it being such a close circle to me, I didn't want them to feel like I was selling them even though I was excited about the new business that I was doing, I didn't want anybody to feel pressure, and I didn't want anybody to feel obligation. I wanted them to want the same lifestyle because of how it was going to better them. So my whole message was conveyed in that way. I was just sharing how I was using them. It was really casual. So from that small first class, we had one enrollment, and then eventually, I would say over the course of months and maybe even a year, pretty much everybody from that room ended up enrolling. So my close friends, some of my family, and that's really special to me because those are the people that, I know that they love and respected me, and they want the best for me, and they want to support me too. But here's where you got to think outside the box. If I would have just stayed in that room and just not thought about growing outside the initial launch, I guess, outside of my initial circle, that is where a lot of people get stuck. A lot of people get stuck in that place, and then they think, I can't do this, okay? Or how am I going to grow to this rank? How much in volume a month? Or how many people? Okay, I don't want you to think about that. It's one step at a time, you guys, okay? It's literally like, it spiders out from here. So from that circle, it was a couple of friends or family then hosting a class for me. So I would go out and teach, maybe to some of their coworkers, maybe to, to some other friends or family that they know. Okay, so they're kind of helping me out there, right? And helping connect me to some people that I don't know. And then from there, it's the same thing. So eventually you find yourself sitting in a room of people who you don't know. Everybody is pretty much a stranger, okay? It's like a friend of a friend of a friend that said they would host a class for you, and you're in a room with like 7 or 8 amazing women. And you have absolutely you have never met them before, and you are so outside of your circle. It is so cool. And it takes over from there. But you've got to get out of, I keep doing this with my hands. You've got to get past that circle. So how you do that and how you grow is sometimes you got to just ask, will you host a class for me? Okay, or will you have me and invite some of your coworkers or your friends? And then from there, your focus is not just helping introduce these oils in your home, because that's when you're really going to help someone. That's how you're really going to change somebody's lives. But your top focus is also having people host for you. That keeps things going. It keeps momentum going as well. Anytime I've ever been stuck in my business is when that momentum has stopped. Not necessarily enrolling, because I connect with people through social sometimes. The majority and quickest growth for my business has always been when I go out and I teach. It's much faster that way, because if I'm in a room with 8 or 9, 10 people, the majority of that room, especially if they're new to oils or they know that that's something they want, they're enrolling. So that's the quick growth, because these oils are too good and they really sell themselves. You are really like the connector here. You're the connector, and you're just educating them. And if it's for them, great. If it's not, great. But they want to keep, you want to be in their mind for when they are ready. So that was important to me too, growing outside of my initial small network, is that when somebody thought about doTERRA, I wanted them to think of me or those within my team. So you start building up a team of your own. It starts, whether it's someone interested in the business opportunity or maybe just interested in earning a little bit to get their oils paid for. Either way, doTERRA is a culture of support. So I still do this. I do this now. It's very important to me to be, shoulder to shoulder with my leaders and my builders. there is a culture of support, not competition here. I will go and teach classes for you, and my leaders go out and teach classes for their new builders, kind of just like launching them. It's like kind of that mama bird, like launching you so you fly, okay? And that, I've had that done for me. My mentor, Rebecca, came and she flew from Canada to Sarasota, Florida, and taught a class for me when I was getting started. Not at the very beginning, I was probably right around elite rank, and she came down, and we were able to spend some time together, and she helped me really see the big vision and long term within doTERRA. So as you have other people within your own business sharing the oils, they are going to be sharing to people that you have never met, that you've never seen. And there are so many people within my organization, as an example, that I have never met, never seen. But it literally is a ripple effect from you going from here, and being brave enough to teach your first class and to start asking for host. Will you host a class for me? You know, and asking those questions. And that's how you get in front of new people to help them change their life and live a healthier lifestyle using these oils, using these products. They're so good, you guys. You're going to do a whole lot of good out there with them. And then your business, it grows from there. Then we talk about structure and all this, but for the sake of this topic of how you grow your business with a small network, you only need a handful of people within your life to support you in this, okay? And if you don't want to start in your network with your friends and family, sometimes they're the last people to come around, okay? They might be like, oils, what? Like maybe you don't have that general interest from your group. What it means is you just think to yourself, who are a couple people that would be open to it, that would want to learn about more natural things, and then you invite them to a class. You let them experience the oils, and then eventually ask them if they can host for you, or if they know somebody that would host for you. So expanding and networking that way. And then next level is when you're in other locations, think outside your city or your small town, okay? And say you go on vacation somewhere. Maybe you've got a friend of a friend that lives over where you're vacationing. Go out and teach a class for them. See if they want to host for you, and you can give them a host gift, and you can expand outside your city. doTERRA has an incredible program called Diamond Club, and that gives you the ability through, Diamond Club is intense. We'll get into that a little bit more. But this is right when you are hitting leadership rank at silver, where it's a program where it allows you to fly out to a lot of your team members and customers that are outside your area. So it really helps you explode and expand your team to help launch your builders, support your leaders, and you grow something so strong when you make the effort and take the time to do this and get in the trenches with your team. So that is at the leadership level. So it keeps growing. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps you see the big picture of how you can grow this with a very small network. You just have to start it. It starts with you. It starts with you loving the oils, living the lifestyle, being a product of the product that I talked about, and asking and getting out there and teaching for other people where you're meeting new people that way, and it just keeps going from there. And then you help teach other people to do it too. And they reach a whole community and a whole group of people that you would never have the opportunity to connect with. I've connected with so many phenomenal women, and you're in this community. We're like a family, okay? I've like all these new best friends through doTERRA. It's the most incredible business because we're really like-minded. We've, really health conscious and just driven, motivated people, and so refreshing. This group is really, really a heartbeat of mine. So I want to encourage you that you can do this. And in fact, you can more than do this. I think you're going to surprise yourself. I surprised myself at the very beginning too. I'm like, whoa. I remember telling my husband, there's like 300 people on our team right now. I can't even, like, I didn't even know 300 people. Like, what the heck? Guys, our team right now to date, we are at 2,100, just over 2,100 people. And that is a ripple effect and just an amazing, amazing example of a small network, and just keep on going. Okay, so I hope that encourages you. That will absolutely be you. You're gonna look in your back office and be like, whoa, how is this even happening? She was right. Okay, so it just starts with you. So I want you to think about what you can do to get that wheel in motion, and you will get to wherever you want to go within doTERRA. So I believe in you, and I know that you're so deserving of whatever it is that you want out of this business, and I want that for you as well. So, all right, save this one. It's a good one. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.